So after 15 months of delay, A Quiet Place Part 2 has finally hit cinemas. Was it worth the wait? I remember when A Quiet Place Part 2 was officially kind of postponed, I was like, okay, well, what the fuck is happening right now? Because at the time, No Time to Die was postponed, and everyone was like, oh my god, they're just being dramatic. And then A Quiet Place Part 2 got postponed, and everyone was like, okay, well, this seems a bit serious now. And at the time, I think it got cancelled the Monday when it was supposed to come out that Friday. I even had my tickets booked to see the first and the second one back to back, which is honestly the best way to watch this movie, because the first one ends and the second one picks up right where that movie wrapped up. So it would have been great to see one and two back to back in the cinema. It would have played off really, really well. But I, like most people, was seriously anticipating this movie. I think A Quiet Place is one of the best movies of that year. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I think what they were able to do in that movie, the suspense of that movie was so intense. And I actually think the suspense in this movie is more than what they were able to do in the first movie. In the first movie, they were stuck in the one location. They were in the house, in their kind of comfort zone for as most as they're able to do. So you're able to kind of relax a bit in there with them. Even though you're constantly at the edge of your seat, they're able to relax slightly more because they know their surroundings. This movie, they're out in the wild. This is a place they've never been before. Even you see them walking off the sand and you feel the intensity and how much of a big impact this is going to be, just leaving their comfort zone. And throughout the whole movie, every single second I was on the edge of my seat because we didn't know where we were. They didn't know where they were. Anything could show up. Anyone could show up. And it's a constant fear and danger being outside this world. Really showed how dangerous this world can actually be. The first movie, we barely got to see the monsters. It was more the fear of them showing up. But in this movie, we get to see the monsters a lot. It's like Aliens compared to Alien. There's so many monsters in this movie. They look fantastic. They're still as terrifying. They sound great. Everything about the monsters in this movie are brilliant. The family as a whole, they're great. They are such a great family. I don't know where we can go continuing moving forward with them, but what we got in this movie, I thought was a great continuation of what we got in the first movie. Millicent Simmons, who I think her name's pronounced, she is easily the standout of this movie and is probably our main lead. Of course, she was a standout in the first movie, but in this movie, she's way more in the forefront. She pretty much takes the John Krasinski role in this movie, where you spend majority of your time with her. And for taking John Krasinski's role, she does a brilliant job. You do miss John Krasinski. You do feel his absence a lot throughout this movie. There's a lot of points throughout where you would really love to see him there. He's just such... It could be the character you love, or it just could be I miss seeing John Krasinski on the big screen. But either way, you feel his absence, but you also are well filled up. You got the characters there, even Cillian Murphy, who pretty much takes that role of John Krasinski as the kind of the father figure to everyone. He actually is very good. He's a very conflicted person. You don't really know whether or not you can trust him or you cannot trust him, but as it plays out, he's a really great character and great asset to our group throughout this movie. I'm just happy as well that my cinema was extremely quiet, because this movie was so eerie, so quiet. Like, there was a point where birds flown by and my girlfriend literally leapt almost out of her seat at how, just because it was so quiet, and all of a sudden a burst of sound, which is the best place to watch A Quiet Place. You gotta go see A Quiet Place on the big screen, in the quietest room, in the darkest room. It just makes it so much more terrifying. And I do prefer the first one slightly. I think I prefer the whole kind of family element and the what the hell is going on. But I think this movie is a fantastic movie. It's my favourite movie of the year. I would like to see it get topped, but I can't think of a movie that could possibly top it this year. But fingers crossed, it does get topped. I'll be picking this movie up day one on 4K. I'm actually really excited to watch it again. I think I'm going to go see it either tomorrow or Saturday in the cinema. My brother and sister want to go see it, so I'll be seeing it with them. So I am really looking forward to giving this movie a second watch, because I really like it. I really like this universe. I can't wait to see a continuation. We're getting a spin-off in 2023. I just hope that it's on the same level as these two, because it's great. There's so many ideas. I'd love to see like a spin-off based in New York City at the very start and watch that place get torn to the ground. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in A Quiet Place Part 3. Quiet Place Part 2, honestly, it's a very great movie. I cannot recommend it enough. I gave it a 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. I'll leave a link down in the description down below for my Letterboxd. But if you want to see more stuff from me in the future, click that subscribe button so you can come back and see more reviews, unboxings, all that kind of stuff. If you want to see all that in the future, click that subscribe button. And as always, Thanks for watching.